Hello and welcome to part 4 of a 5-part video series where I continue making this hinge box to hold these 4-inch replica 45 RPM record adapter coasters. In video 4, we begin where we left off in Illustrator with a modified hinge box design ready for the snazzy maps we downloaded from snazzymaps.com in video 2. Okay, I'll start by hiding the hinge layer, and using my scroll wheel, I'll zoom in to side A and center it on my artboard. I'll unhide and hide the original side A layer to show the modifications we made to the latch in video 3. With the modified side A path selected, under my Properties tab, I'll copy the width of side A to my clipboard. I'll deselect side A, and under File, I will hit Open to locate all my LA Snazzy Map downloads. I'll choose LA Snazzy Maps 1, 3, and 10 for this hinge box design. When I hit Open, Illustrator will open the Snazzy Maps really zoomed in. This map will be for the hinge, so I'll select this tab, LA1 Snazzy Image, which will be engraved onto side A of my hinge box. Under my Properties tab, I'll paste the width of side A I copied earlier to my clipboard. I'll select the LA3 Snazzy Image tab, which will be side B, and paste the copied width to it too. I'll select the LA Hinge Box tab and hide the guide layers. I'll rename this modified side A to original side A, and with this modified side A selected, I'll make 2 copies. I'll close this copy for now and select and close, then move this side A layer up to my backup layer section here and lock and hide it. I'll close this and rename this layer to side B and hide it for now. I'll then rename this layer to side A. I'll add a new layer and drag it so it's below the side A layer. We are finally ready for the snazzy maps. So I'll select my LA1 Snazzy Image tab and make sure the map layer is selected. Under Edit, I'll copy LA1 Snazzy Map, and then I'll return to my LA Hinge Box tab. Making sure the new layer we added earlier is selected, again under Edit, I'll select Paste. Okay, so we can't see the map because I'm still in outline mode from the last video. So under View, I'll change to Preview mode, and now we can see the map. I'll lock side A so I don't move it, and with the selection tool selected, I'll move the map until it centers to side A. Now what we're setting up for is a clipping mask, so I'll make a copy of side A. I'll hide this side A copy and unlock this side A layer. Layer order is important, so I'll make sure my map layer is directly below my side A layer and both are selected. Now under Object, I'll hover over Clipping Mask and then select Make. We can now see the LA map I'll be engraving onto side A of my hinge box. I'll hide side A and unhide side B. I'll move side B above this empty layer, and I'll make sure the side B layer is selected. Then under Object, Transform, select Reflect. I'll move the Reflect window so we can see that the latch section has been flipped 90 degrees on the vertical axes. I'll hit OK. And now side B is ready for its LA map. I'll lock side B and select my LA3 Snazzy Image tab. Again under Edit, I'll copy this map to my clipboard and return to my LA Hinge Box tab. I'll select this empty layer, and under Edit, note the shortcuts, I'll paste it. With the selection tool selected, I'll click and drag the map until I see the center text prompt here. With the map centered to side B, I'll make a copy of side B and move it up to my backup layer section. I'll rename it and unlock my working side B layer. Now with side B and the map layer directly below it selected using the Shift key, under Object, Clipping Mask, I'll select Make. And here's side B of our hinge box. I'll zoom out my artboard to 50% and move it into place using my spacebar. I'll unhide the hinge layer, and with the side B layer selected, with the selection tool, I'll click and drag to the right, holding the Shift key to keep it straight. I'll hide this backup side B and unhide side A so we can see the almost completed hinge box. I'll lock and hide side A and B and select my hinge layer and twirl it open. I'll select the hinge path layer, and under my Properties tab, I'll copy the width of the hinge to my clipboard. Then I'll select my LA10 Snazzy Image tab, and under my Properties tab, I'll paste the hinge width and hit Enter. I'll select the Layers tab, and making sure the map is selected, under Edit, I'll copy my LA10 Snazzy map and return to my LA Hinge Box tab. I'll close my hinge layers and move this empty layer below my hinge layer. With the empty layer selected, I'll paste the LA10 Snazzy map to the layer. I'll lock the hinge layer so it can't be moved. With the map layer selected, I'll move the map up or down using my arrow keys until it's right where I want it. Please note where the actual hinges will laser cut through the map. I'll unlock the hinge layer, twirl it down, and select the hinge layer. I'll click to add a new layer and select the hinge path and move the path up to the layer I just created. I'll close and hide the actual hinges layer and rename this layer to Hinge Outline. I'll drag the hinge outline layer right above the map layer. I'll drag the hinge outline layer down to create a copy and move it up to my backup section and hide and lock the layer. I'll select my hinge outline layer and the map layer right below it using the Shift key. Then under Object, Clipping Mask, I'll select Make. I'll unhide the hinge, side B, and side A layers, and here's our hinge box ready to be engraved and laser cut. That's it. I'll save my LA Hinge Box file, and in the next and final video, I will put all the pieces together, so to speak. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the LA Geek YouTube channel and hit the like button below. Thanks for watching. Elia signing off.